I want chapstick. Makes you sing better. I don't know if that's true. Hi, my name is Sam Johnson and I'm a voice teacher. Today I will be reacting to and analyzing Beatsteaks performing Let Me In live at Rock am Ring in 2011. Great year, wonderful year.
Wir sagen ja. Und unser Ständchen heißt Let Me In.
So first off, just with the introduction, the kind of growl that he used with it, it sounds fairly easy to me. He looks like it doesn't hurt. Everything that someone uses their voice for gives you more information about what they might sound like when they're actually singing. For voice teachers, a lot of times, in lessons we have to talk. And so a big thing to pay attention to is what someone's voice sounds like when they're just speaking. This kind of follows that same idea of like it primes me to see kind of what his vowel selections might be and what kind of tones he might use, because I've never heard this band before in my life, and that's like the first time that I've heard him sing, make any sort of singy sounds. Yeah, let's open up the pit. It almost looked like the guards were moshing too.
So let me in. We started out. So let me in. I know you doubt, but let me in.
So sometimes when he goes into the higher stuff, Okay, so it's a high B, it's a high note. The pitch was a little bit off. A lot of times when pitch is a little bit off, it doesn't mean that their ear is bad. It means that like something with the setup is weird. So with someone like this, who I already believe to be a good singer, I believe to be a professional musician, I usually try to give the benefit of the doubt of like, maybe it's something with the audio equipment, or maybe it's, just a little lack of security with approaching that first top note. But he gets really close, and the quality doesn't bother me. I think that the quality sounds quite good, so I don't know. At that point, you really have to just ask the artist, because it could be like 15 different things.
Don't leave me out. So let me
Oh, I like that. Was he pulling the mic back and forth? Making it just picking up the signal and then not. And so he kind of created this delay sort of effect. That was cool.
Every time I look at things, it never seems to measure up. Every time you tore it down, we lost so much. Think about all that you feel. Think about all that I give. Think about all that we get. So let me.
Yeah, he can sing. They're going up to a C sharp 5. That's a really high note. High C, that's the note that a lot of people talk about. For some reason, people think that the high C is the thing to do. The vowel that he chose when he went up into that place, on the me, I still heard pretty clear E. His mouth was really open, and you could see the back of his tongue really coming forward. Me! He has a lot more distortion, obviously. But I'm thinking the distortion, some of it, I'm not sure if it's a vocal fry. I'm not sure if it's a false chord. My gut says that it's closer to a hybrid scream, where there's a little bit of that vocal fry element, and then it's just got this really good belty actual singing underneath it. I know that as I've explored more vocal fry screaming, so that's more of the that kind of sound. As I've explored that more, it's become easier, especially up in this area, to kind of add it in almost as just a yell, a barky yell, kind of a hey, 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 is that kind of sound. And that usually doesn't feel that bad. So I think there might be some element of that, of him just like probably warming up. And I don't know. It doesn't sound like it hurts. And if a sound like that does hurt, that you wouldn't be able to sing a full concert like they are obviously able to do without losing your voice. The singing would just totally die out as the song continues, as the set continues.
So let me in. I know you do. So let me in. Don't need me.
Gosh, that is a huge crowd. I haven't ruled out that maybe it's his hat. Maybe his hat gives him his powers. There's a chance. Let me know if you think that his hat may be adding to his vocal technique in the comments. You know, see if maybe it's his chapeau that's making him a good singer. Haven't completely decided about that yet. Kind of get a similar vibe to weird comparison maybe, but at the top of his range, it sounds similar to Louis Capaldi at the top of his range when he goes into the distorted sound. And I think Louis is a really good singer as well. Sometimes people at the top of their range, if they're struggling with it, they'll distort it as kind of a band-aid because it's sometimes easier to just blow out your voice and you can still approximate the pitch. I don't think that's what these guys do. I think they have really decent technique like through most of their range. And so I do think it's a choice, and just maybe it's easier to distort it at the top of his range than it might be at other parts. Or maybe he just wants the contrast. Who knows? Like there could be some element of just knowing how his voice works and knowing what works best. And another element of this is an artistic decision. I only want the beginnings of these phrases to be really distorted, and the rest of them will kind of become more of this clear, traditionally good singing sound. And I think that that's a really important part about being a good artist, is recognizing what tools you have and how they work well, and then writing good stuff that utilizes how they already work well. And so if I heard someone singing like this, I would just want to see if they can sing clean at the top. That would be the first thing that I'd kind of figure out, and likely they could. And even if they're going to go sing mostly distorted stuff in the warm-ups, I do a lot of stuff just singing clean, making sure that the vocal folds are really healthy. And if by any chance when he goes to sing a set, if it is more draining, then maybe not using the distorted sound. If it does wear him out a little bit quicker, going back to that clean stuff in your warm-up and your cool-down can help reduce the pressure and reduce the inflammation on the vocal folds. So yeah, that is a huge crowd. Oh my goodness. That is so many people and so many mosh pits, and it looks really fun. And that's the biggest thing is, you know, they have 1 billion people in that audience. I counted, and all of them are having a blast. And if you have 1 billion people in your audience and they're having a blast, sometimes your technique doesn't even matter, because you're having a blast. So stop focusing so much on technique when you're performing in front of 1 billion people, or else everyone in that audience is going to be like, hey man, seems like you're focusing on technique. I'm not having a blast. And then they'll leave. And you don't want that. So don't make it happen. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think is going on in that crowd. And have a wonderful day.